In Chapter 6 of Call of the Wild, John Thornton waits for his partners to arrive by raft from Dawson, and he nurses Buck back to health. Thornton's dogs befriend Buck, who develops a deep bond and love toward Thornton, becoming so attached that he even follows the man around. Even so, Buck maintains a strong connection with the wild. Buck often hears the call from the wilderness, and in response he runs deep into the forest. But the dog's love for his master always drives him back. Thornton's partners, Hans and Pete, arrive and Buck tolerates them because they're Thornton's friends. And Buck's love for Thornton grows. Once, as an experiment, Thornton orders Buck to jump off a cliff. Buck is stopped only when Thornton and his partners drag the dog back from the edge of the precipice. Later in a bar, a man treats Thornton roughly, and Buck rips his throat. When Thornton has a boating accident, Buck plunges into the current and saves his master. In a bar in Dawson, Thornton and other prospectors brag about how much weight their dogs can pull. Thornton brags about how Buck can pull a sled loaded with 1,000 pounds. A man bets $1,000 that Buck cannot pull this weight 100 yards. The bar empties onto the street to watch this crazy challenge. The odds rise and fall as Thornton attaches Buck to a harness of a sled loaded with 20 50-pound sacks of flour. With tremendous effort, Buck strains every fiber in his body, and he and the sled cross the 100-yard marker. The crowd throws hats in the air. Buck has done it. Jack London explores the theme of law and order by creating a dichotomy within Buck. A dichotomy is a contrast between two opposing elements or ideas. For Buck, the dichotomy consists of the law of club and fang versus the law of love and fellowship. Because of this love, Buck doesn't hesitate to attempt to jump off a cliff, swim dangerous rapids, or even drag 1,000 pounds on a sled. Buck has never experienced this love before. The dichotomy within Buck can be seen as a contrast between civilization and the wild. For Buck, both laws require surrender. Buck's ability to survive comes from his willingness to let go of his civilized upbringing and surrender to his primordial instincts. In a similar way, Buck completely surrenders to his love for Thornton. He wants to be part of his community and is willing to change to fit in.